Hey guys, how's it going? Today's video, I'm going to talk about winter problems, especially freezing problems when you are living in a camper. At least this is from my experience with our Northern Light. Just a short story. Back like 4 years ago when we did live in a camper for 13 months, and I don't know how we got by without having like some of these problems. It was still Minnesota, it was still winter time, but we never had anything freeze on us, and we never had like, especially none of like the gray or black water would freeze, and it just seemed like we didn't have, some of these problems I'm going to explain. So I don't know how we got so lucky, and back then we didn't move though. We were stationary in one spot with this camper, but I'm just surprised that nothing like this ever happened. But so here we go. This year we have had our freshwater freeze like in the pipes somewhere where before it gets to like those faucets, and we've had our gray and black water where it comes out the dump tank. We've had that little hole freeze too on us. So I'm going to explain kind of what we did and how we got through it. So for the freshwater, we're guessing it froze because we were keeping the heat in here at around like 65, trying not to get we're trying to save on propane, just wear sweaters, keep it. It's still nice, at 65, but so down here, I'm like on the second bed, which also pops up into a table, but under here in the corner is where the water heater is, and it's where the fresh water comes in. So my best guess was that down there it was frozen. And so the cushion that you sit on when it's a table, that can pop up, or when it's a bed. So I flipped it over and I popped up this piece of plywood that's sitting there to hold, the bench seating up, and that pops up and you can get to all of the pipes, the water pipes and all that, all the plastic PVC water pipes. So I just kept that open, and we cranked the heat all the way up as far as it goes. It got to like 82 in here. So we left it on for a few hours like that, and then after a few hours the fresh water ended up thawing out and everything was good. So that's what we did for that. The gray and black water tanks. That was just, do you need help with something? Yeah. Do you want me to help you? Yeah. No, you're good? Do you want to see YouTube? Yes, hey buddy, you gotta get down. Okay, so I'll move on to what we did with the gray and the black water. So this actually has happened twice so far, where we go to pull and then nothing comes out. So the first time we went to my husband's parents' house. No, Brutus. Okay, so back onto the story. We went when our first like a week ago first, when our gray and black water tank, or the hole where it comes, where you dump, where that froze. We went immediately to my husband's parents' house, just because I don't know why. I guess we could have done it with our generator, but he might have hooked up to their what do you call it? Like an extension cord to their house, plugged in a blow dryer, and then put it in that little hatch where the levers are to pull, and he aimed it at that on high for like a couple hours, and then that worked and it all thawed, and then we hurried up and went to go dump real quick. But we also had that, and I don't know how cold it was that day. I don't remember. It was definitely way below freezing for it to freeze. But that also happened again yesterday. So we were sitting in a Walmart parking lot, woke up in the morning, we knew the evening before we went to sleep that, we gotta thaw this stuff, because we tried dumping again and it was frozen. So we did try the blow dryer trick again, and plugged it into our generator outside, and then had the blow dryer aimed in that little hatch, and nothing happened. It was still ice cold, ice rock hard frozen when we got up the next morning. So it was like, this was my idea. I was like, well, there's this truck wash we go to in Hastings, and it's the only one we can fit in, and it's like a self-wash. Like, you wash it yourself. You don't have to pay anybody to do it. So we went in there, put a bunch of coins in, and I knew like that it's open in the wintertime and it's heated. It's like a heated garage, and our whole camper can fit in there. So I was like, well, let's just go down there and sit in there for a little bit and see if it'll thaw or something. So actually what I did was, we also washed the truck to get the salt off it or whatever, because it's winter time, it's way dirty. So we washed the truck camper and everything, and I aimed the hose, and I knew there was warm water coming out, so I just aimed it at that little hole where there's like a chunk of ice, a cylinder of ice just lodged in there. So I aimed it at that for like 10 seconds maybe, and it all unfroze and the ice dropped out. So I was like, heck yeah. So we hurried up and left, and then went to go dumping stuff. So I think that's your best bet. The sucky part is, if you have a huge camper, you'll probably have to go to like a big like semi-truck wash to do it. I don't know, something like that. Because this one was just like a, wash your own, and it definitely couldn't fit a semi in this garage we were in, but it was just enough to fit our truck camper with our big bumper right at the front, and then our bike rack at the back, and both garage doors shut. So that's what we did that time, and I'm so grateful, so thankful. It's like, you got to know these little tips when you're freaking out in the, just roughing this winter in a camper all by yourself. And another thing, for when you go to get fresh water, this has happened a couple times too. We get there, we're all ready to fill up. We keep our hose that we use to fill in our back seat on the floor, and it's not like a big garden hose. It's like one of those hoses that shrivels up. It's like, it gets to 50 feet and it shrivels up into like, I don't know how small it gets, but it's like got the cloth on the outside. So we mainly want that for space saving, because we don't want some big hose we got to lug around. But yeah, we keep that in the back seat. And what we did was, you get there, you hook it all up, and then nothing's coming out because the hose has frozen ice in it from before, like the last time you filled, because you just set it in the truck and it freezes overnight and all that. So before I know I'm going to have to go get fresh water, when I go to start the truck and warm the truck up for the day, I grab the hose and I set it on the dashboard where the defrost is for the main front windshield. I just, like spread it out along that. And so give it a good half hour to warm up, and you should for sure be able to just pull it out and fill up your fresh water when you get to where you're going. So that's a good trick too to know. And then one of the last things for the freezing stuff, it doesn't have to do with water freezing, well, kinda. There's a lot of different little hatches on your camper, and you need a lock for a lot of them. So it's good to have lock de-icer on hand. It's I don't know where I put it, but it's those little tubes. You can get them at any convenience store, gas station, and they're this big. It's like a little aerosol looking can, and yeah, so I keep one in the camper and I keep one in the truck, just in case for some reason we're able to leave the camper, but maybe we can't get into the truck for some reason. So we have one in the camper, or if we're in the truck and we can't get into the camper for some reason, if we lock that door. So that's always good to have on hand. And then, our generator's in a little hatch that locks. Our power cord's in a little hatch that locks. And then I think that might be it for that. Oh, and then the basement, it pulls out, and you got the long storage underneath. And I think that's it. But man, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of runaround, and a lot of time consuming if you don't know what to do when you're in the winter. It'll take a whole day. If you just need to thaw a pipe, or and it sucks not having water or not being able to take a shower or go in your bathroom. So these are quick things I know I can do, and the problems will be solved. So try these things. Let me know if you have any weird tips, because I'm definitely open to knowing other tricks to speed up the process of any winter problems that could happen. But yeah, in Minnesota here, roughing it through the winter, and the feels like this morning when we woke up, the first hour of sunshine, felt like -20, so 20 below. Pretty insane, but we're getting through it. It's 68 in the camper now. I got some hash browns cooking, and we're feeling good, doing good. Almost about to fall asleep on me. I better get breakfast going though. So thanks for watching this, and see ya.